Beautiful. Any final maybe words of wisdom or encouragement for people that are a little
Yeah.
bit hesitant?
Yeah. So I think there's a couple of things. Number one, naturally people have a bit of hesitancy of putting themselves out there online because you open yourself up to a lot of criticism. We had a client just recently, Kirsten, who's a career coach. She's doing tremendously well. So she's doing wild launch with us at the moment. She's 5 weeks in at this point. She's already made $7,000. She's got over 300 leads for people that are wanting help with their careers. So great time for COVID and stuff like that, right? So she's doing really, really well. But she had people like abusing her on her ads saying, you're a liar, there are no jobs available. Why are you telling people there are jobs and there's no jobs? Like, well, this person's clearly cooked. And it affects you in the beginning. So just get over that. Like the reality is you've got to make a decision. Do I care more about what people say about me or do I care more about making an impact in people's lives? But you can't have it both ways. So for me, I care much more about being of service. I don't care if you like me or not. There's people out there that need my help. I'm going to help them, and so you got to focus on that. Number one. Number two is you don't have to be the best in the world. You just have to be the best that they know. And when you're starting online, it's really easy to look at all the different people out there and go, how do I compete with these people? You don't have to. Just go where they're not. So for me, when I started, I was like, I can't compete with Chris. I can't compete with Tony. So why would someone buy with me? So I go, why don't I just market to people that didn't even know who Chris or Tony was? And I'm talking about Chris Howard and Tony Robbins if you're not familiar with their names. So we started working with young people. If you don't know who Tony Robbins is, Calvin Cole's the best thing in personal development you've ever seen, right? It's like, I'm not the best, but I'm the best that you know, so therefore I am the best, right? So by going after markets that are less capitalized on, you'll do really well. So just start small, scale fast, focus on being of service, building a raving fan culture. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to become great. Get out of your own way with regards to fear of judgment and all that bullshit. Just be of service. And most importantly as well, don't trip yourself up when you're running downhill. I was watching an interview with Matthew McConaughey the other day, and he was talking about success. And he's like, most people experience setbacks, but where a lot of people really go wrong is when things start to go well, and it's like, fuck, I'm running downhill and I've got momentum, and then they trip themselves up because they're so used to things being difficult. So, you've got to really open yourself up and be okay with managing growth, but 95% of that game is just all mental, and you need good people around you and a good coach to be able to guide you through that. So that would be my suggestions for people. Just get started, get out there. And by the way, if no one engages with your shit, if no one buys from you, then no one knows because no one was seeing your stuff anyway. So you can't fail. It's not like you're going to go out in a blaze of glory. It's not like everyone in the world's going to know who you are and what you're doing and that no one bought from you. No one's going to even know who the fuck you are to not know who you are. So, there's really very little to no downside for having a crack.